In August 1990, driven by debt and oil disputes, Saddam Hussein's forces launched a surprise attack that overran Kuwait in merely 12 hours. The international response was swift. The UN Security Council passed Resolution 660, and a massive US-led coalition was formed to push the Iraqi army out via Operation Desert Storm. To cripple the Iraqi military, the coalition had to strike downtown Baghdad. It was a nightmare airspace, defended by an estimated 60 surface-to-air missile batteries and 1,800 anti-aircraft guns. Standard attack formations faced a high probability of detection and loss. To reach the heart of this fortress, the coalition deployed a technological solution that had never been proven in actual combat. That solution was the experimental F-117A stealth fighter. To Congress and the public, the media presented the F-117 as a lone gunslinger, an invisible aircraft capable of flying into the most dangerous territory entirely on its own. Pilots knew the reality. The aircraft was low observable, not no observable. It remained vulnerable to what Clausewitz called the friction of war, unpredictable variables like a loose panel or a stuck bomb bay door that could instantly ruin a stealth profile. Relying on the plane's geometry alone was a gamble. Sending an F-117 completely solo into the heart of Baghdad invited disaster at the hands of these unpredictable variables. The F-117's success depended on an integrated air campaign that utilized conventional electronic warfare aircraft, specifically the EF-111 Raven. These Ravens couldn't fly next to the F-117s because their non-stealthy presence would act as a beacon. Instead, they stayed at a distance, performing standoff jamming from outside the target area. The Ravens would flood the Iraqi radar with noise. To clear their screens, Iraqi operators were forced to manually reduce the sensitivity or gain of their receivers. When they lowered the gain to hide the noise, they also filtered out the tiny radar return of the F-117, causing the aircraft to vanish from their scopes entirely. While the Nighthawk's shape reduced its radar signature, true invisibility was maintained by support aircraft actively manipulating the enemy's electronics. Even when radar was blinded, the pilots faced 1,800 anti-aircraft guns. The sheer volume of fire from gunners shooting blindly remained a lethal threat. To manage this, the Ravens used flak baiting. They intentionally triggered the Iraqi defenses, causing gunners to fire in panic before the stealth fighters arrived. The F-117s simply waited in the dark until the Iraqi guns ran out of ammunition or the barrels overheated. Only then would the stealth fighters begin their precise bombing runs. Beyond the Iraqi defenses, the sky was packed with hundreds of coalition planes, including F-4G Wild Weasels hunting for radar sites. To prevent mid-air collisions, the F-117s actually had to de-stealth. They activated their transponders near the border so Allied radar controllers could see them and guide them safely through the traffic. Survival required mastering the entire theater of war, neutralizing the enemy's defenses while carefully communicating with Allied forces. The campaign concluded with these statistics. F-117s flew 1,271 combat sorties, primarily against the heaviest defenses in Baghdad, and did not receive even a scratch of battle damage. This record fueled the lone gunslinger myth during the political aftermath. As Congress debated future spending, this zero casualty rate was used to argue that stealth technology was a standalone solution. This argument was central to the acquisition of the B-2 Spirit bomber. Proponents claimed that advanced stealth meant the military could abandon the expensive support aircraft used in previous eras. But the facts of Desert Storm show that technology does not negate the need for support. Advanced stealth works best when it is protected by the electronic warfare planes that ensure its survival. A technological breakthrough alone doesn't guarantee victory. True invincibility comes from flawlessly integrating that technology into a massive, coordinated system to overcome the friction of war.